Three simple and super awesome tools to help you to be able to create a year's worth of content or more. So, if you ever kind of find yourself sitting in front of your computer, sitting down at your desk and trying to think, what can I do on my next Facebook Live or my next blog post? What kind of content can I create that's going to help me provide value to my audience and grow the audience as well? Then this is definitely going to be the episode for you, because I'm going to be giving you three really awesome and very, very simple and easy tools that are my go-to. And there's one particular that I recently learned about that was kind of like adding one of them on steroids. It's so simple and so genius that this is literally going to give you never-ending content ideas that people are actually really wanting. So definitely stick around today in today's Brilliantly You Business show. Happy to have you here. Welcome. Do comment in if you're here with me live. Say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from today. And in case we're meeting for the first time, firstly, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Jenny Stevens, and I help coach and train home business entrepreneurs who are building their business online. I help you to be able to transform your marketing and your mindset so you can really make more sales and impact without the self-doubt. So I love specializing in automation and helping you to create systems and leverage so you can actually build your business around the lifestyle that you want. And I also add in the mindset piece. I'm a qualified rapid transformational therapist. So I love to help you to also be able to get rid of those limiting beliefs and help you to grow your business confidently. So that's what I do. So do say hello, welcome in. If you're watching this on the replay, also stay still, comment in, say hello. Let me see who you are. So I'm just curious, is coming up with content, it can be sometimes a bit of a slog, can't it? You know, you think 1 minute you can be cruising along thinking, yep, feeling good. And then all of a sudden you might hit a bit of writer's block or Facebook Live block. And you're like, oh, what do I talk about today? What can I do a topic on that's going to be useful and help me to grow my audience? Do you ever feel that way, where you just maybe sit in front of your computer and go, it happens to all of us. It happens to us all. And so I'm going to be giving you my three go-tos if ever I'm feeling a little bit stumped. And it's also really good practice just to do regularly anyway, just to stay on top of what are people actually wanting. And so these tools are really going to help you. So what I'm going to do today is going to be a bit of a show and tell. I'm going to share my screen and actually show you how to use these tools. And you're going to be probably using one of them anyway. But I'm going to show you a really cool little hack that I learned about when I was actually doing my own research for content ideas a few weeks ago. I came across a video and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So that's going to be number 3. So definitely stick around today for all of those. And also every single week I put together show notes. So just in case you maybe have to go and you can't stick around for the whole video, that's totally fine. I put together show notes every single week with a summary of everything that I cover, any resources that I mention, and anything else that I feel is going to help you with this particular topic. If you're watching this and it's after this live video, check around this video for any links to the show notes and any resources as well. So let's dive in then to this topic. So who loves to create content? You know, if you're creating content, it's such a big thing that's talked about, but sometimes it just leaves so many questions with, what do I talk about? How can I make sure that I'm providing content that's going to be valuable, that my audience are actually going to like? How can I grow my audience and bring in new people and really set yourself apart from the masses of people out there? And this is definitely going to help you. So let's give into the very first tool then. So I love this tool. I have mentioned it many times before when I've done similar Facebook Lives and content where I've talked about creating content. So this is one of my big go-tos. And maybe you've heard of it already, and that is answerthepublic.com. Have you heard of this site? Just drop a 1 in the comments. I want to see if you've heard of it, or just give me some little thumbs up in the reactions if you've heard of this site before. So this is super cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm then going to show you how you can use it if you haven't used it before, and the power that this tool gives you. So I'm just going to turn off some of these thingies. So let me just share my screen. So this is the site. So it's answerthepublic.com. Okay, so I've just put the link that you can see over the top of the screen. So this is an awesome site. And so you always get this kind of, it used to be like an old man that used to be on this site that would kind of give some weird face. They've upgraded him to a younger model now. So this is free. Now you only get so many free searches. So it might, if you're going to do this in one big chunk, you might potentially need to spread it out. But this is really cool. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to think about what are some of your core categories that you are going to talk about. So what are some of those pillar content ideas that are going to be related to what you offer, what your, in your target market, and what sort of things they're going to be interested in. And then you can basically come in here and type in your topic. So it kind of says here, use 1 to 2 words for best results. So you can see here, here's some of my ones that I've put in. So if I put in, let's just put in Facebook marketing, just use one of these examples and hit search. What it will do is it's going to bring you up loads of different questions that people are actively searching for online. Okay. And it gives you lots of different, I don't know what the word is, types of wording. So you can see here, it creates this little graph for you. And you've got the wordings: how, why, will, where, are, when, what, can, who, which. And so you can see here, you kind of have to tilt your head to look around it. But also you can download these as well if you want to be able to sort it in a list. You can actually download this into Excel. But you can see here, so as someone who helps people with social media, I can look through this and go, okay, what are some of those questions that I can answer by doing a Facebook Live? So how Facebook marketing works, how Facebook marketing for small business. So not all of them are relevant. Why Facebook marketing is effective. Let's see. Does Facebook marketing work? So there's so many different things. You can also, like I say, you can literally type in anything. So if you sold like a physical product, maybe you wanted to look for, let's put in skincare, and let's see what comes up for skincare. So which skincare brand is the best? Which skincare product should I use? So there's loads of different ones. Which skincare products are paraben free, anti-aging? Which skincare line is best for rosacea? Vegan? Like, these are all amazing topics that you could create. Why skincare routine is important. Will skincare break me out? Loads of different things that you can talk about. So it doesn't matter what you sell, what you offer, it doesn't matter what area, industry you're in. You can use this to basically look at what I say, not every single one of these is necessarily going to be something that you would create a topic on potentially, but there's so many in here. So if you sell skincare, you can cover so many like frequently asked questions, different categories, skincare for rosacea, skincare for anti-aging, vegan skincare, why it's important, help educating people on, the benefits of actually having a skincare routine, stuff for acne, loads and loads of different things. So you get this one, and then it will give you other types. So then you get pre-positions. So again, then you've kind of got, so rather than it being this, how, where, are, which, why, will, all of those, Now these are kind of other things that you can do. So you've got skincare is important because let's see. Skincare you can sell from home. Skincare you can eat. That's random. Okay. Uh, skincare to get rid of blemishes. Skincare to avoid during pregnancy. So how amazing that, and this is what people are actively searching for online. And so this gives you just, I mean, even just this, I don't even know how many there are here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 times 7 is what? 56, is it? I don't know if that's my math. Hopefully that's right. So 56? Yeah, because 8 6 are 48. So yeah, so you've got 56 or whatever I just said, just from that. So you've literally got probably 100 ideas. Oh my God, I just saw this one. Skincare like drunk elephant. What the hell? But again, there's so many different things. You can do comparisons. You've got skincare versus makeup. So again, it doesn't matter what you sell, what you do. If you sell kind of physical products, so if you're in affiliate marketing, network marketing, or if you are a coach and an info marketer, again, come in here and do your own searches. And so this tool is awesome. Okay, so I highly recommend it. And you say it gives you kind of comparisons, skincare and pregnancy, skincare and body care, skincare like Botox, and God knows what this drunk elephant is. That's the most random thing I've seen. So it's really, really helpful. So that is number one. The second one is good old Google. Okay, we use Google. Everybody uses Google. I dread to think how many times a day. So kind of similarly to Answer the Public, but I also love to come into Google sort of first as well. And so just like you kind of did with Answer the Public, but you can actually, so I will come in here and again, I will pop in. So, you know what, let's just type in content ideas. So if you just start putting a couple of words, so we can see here, we've got content ideas for Instagram, for YouTube, for social media, for TikTok, for OnlyFans, content ideas generator, for LinkedIn, Instagram Reels. So you get, these are going to be the top ones, okay? So if I just hit return, so you get that just from typing, and even it kind of has now got how to generate content ideas, BuzzSumo, social media content ideas. And then you also just look around in Google. So you've got here, people also search for. And then if you scroll down, I like using this bit as well. There's people also ask, where can I get content ideas? What are content themes? How do I get content creation ideas? What is an example of content? So I love looking at these, what people also ask for other ideas. Now, there's a couple of things that you can actually use all three of these. So I'm going to show you number 3, which is like this on steroids. Is I actually will use these sentences as SEO as well. So if you do anything with tags on YouTube, for example, or Pinterest, Pinterest is another one that you can do this on. I kind of haven't included it in my 3, but that's kind of like a 4th. So a little bonus one is Pinterest is a search engine. So do this same thing in Pinterest as well. But I will use these sentences in my tags for my YouTube videos, on my blog posts, because this is what people are actually searching for. And so it's also going to help get my posts and my content seen. So that's kind of like a little Brucey bonus tip for you. So do you ever, let me know, just drop a 2 in the comments if you use this in terms of coming into Google and actually using this, people also ask. If you do, just drop me a 2. You can also just look at what are other people, what are some of the top results as well? Like you've got 30 social media content ideas and examples for brands, 101 ways to source content ideas, 103 content ideas to add to your editorial calendar. So you can kind of also get an idea of what is high up. And sometimes when you get more specific, so by having a slightly longer sentence as well, you can actually, let's just see. So yeah, this has got, what even is that? 8 billion results. But if I was to type in, let's do this one, how to generate content ideas. It's still ginormous. But it will kind of come down as well. And you can click around on different things and see, like this one now, we've got, how do I make catchy content? So that's a bit more specific. So all of these things can help you with ideas, but also to come up with titles and headlines and stuff like that as well. So that was number 2. Now, this third one, so I found this particular little hack when I was doing this. So I was in Google and I was searching for whatever topic I was looking for. It might have even been content ideas, because I know that people always ask, it's such a big common question with, what do I talk about? What do I talk about in my Facebook Lives? And I came across this just genius idea. Let me just hide this on here for a sec. So Google on steroids is tip number 3. So using the same concept as number 2. So I'm just gonna, so let's put in our skincare again, just because we've used that example. But you can see here, this gives you some top searches. Skincare for men, skincare gift sets, skincare fridge, skincare routine steps. Now, if you want to be able to literally have probably thousands, I'm going to say, but hundreds and hundreds of ideas, take your couple, 2 to 3, I'd probably say 1 to 3, probably 2 is going to be more effective, but a few words that you're going to be searching for in Google. And this little tip, which I was like, oh my God, this is genius and so simple, is do that, but then put A. Okay, so now we've got skincare advice, skincare acne, skincare accessories, skincare analysis, skincare at home, da da da. Okay, jot those down. Then B, skincare brand, skincare book, skincare brush. Then C. So can you see where I'm going with this? So you can literally go through the freaking alphabet and you're going to have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 searches for every single letter. So that's 260 like top things that you can jot down. So that's almost, that's like 3/4 of the year. But even then, you can, with the questions on Answer the Public as well, you can absolutely create a year's worth of content. And so I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is so easy and so simple and so bloody genius. How come I've never thought about that before? So I did half, like 3/4 of the work, but I didn't know about just adding in that letter, and you get a whole load of extra things. Skincare doctor, skincare during pregnancy, devices. So yeah, like if people sell those, like the Lumi with New Skin and those thingies, the silicone that take off your makeup and skincare and stuff, would be awesome to talk about that. And so I'm just like, oh my God. So how cool is that? If you think this third little hack is genius like I did, just drop a 3 or like put your favorite emoji below, because I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. So you're going to get so many ideas just from doing that. And so you can also do it in Pinterest as well. So if you're in Pinterest, come into the search. So this just say like an extra one. So again, if I was to put in skincare and do search, you're also going to get, oh look, you can see this where I used to sell. These are some of my pins. Look, this is when I used to sell makeup. I don't want my pins. I want all pins. And so, again, you can see you've got people are searching in Pinterest for skincare routine tips, products, quotes, brands, regimen. So again, if you're in whatever brand you're in, you can also come up in the searches. So definitely utilize Pinterest. But you can also, again, Pinterest is always changing. What they used to have, which I don't know, again, maybe it's changed. You used to get like other keywords show at the top here, but maybe that doesn't happen anymore. Let's put in skincare, just see what else comes up. Oh my God, look at this. Pick a skincare tone range. That's cool. I'm getting distracted. But you know, like how cool is that? So again, if I put in Facebook marketing, again, you've got strategy, tips, ideas, posts, design. Yeah, you used to have, oh, here we go. So it comes up on here. So these little blobs, I don't know what you call them, these are also showing what are those top searches. So this can also be really useful to see what people are searching for. So lots of kind of specific years, because obviously Facebook changes all the time. How to advertise on Facebook. So again, if you are kind of doing business service and helping business people, like I do, then you know these are also really great little things to look for. And again, you can click on each one and then say sometimes it goes even further. I think it probably needs to be a big enough topic maybe for it to come up. But it's really cool. And then again, you can kind of have a look at what are some of the pins that stand out to you and some of the titles. So I know I technically gave you 4. But like I say, you can literally have so many ideas in front of you. But I just love the alphabet one. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's so easy and so simple. There really is kind of no excuse for going, what do I talk about? The main thing is about making sure it's valuable. And that's where using what people are actually searching for by using those few tools is going to make sure that you're relevant. It's going to make sure that you're actually providing stuff that your audience are going to love, they're going to find useful, because, you know, you can see what people are actually searching for. And then say you can then take things and create really great headlines and stuff like that. So I'll probably cover something like that in another episode, in terms of how to create great headlines. But even just a simple, you know, a simple headline with based on the question is going to be great. And so you just need to know what are some of those search terms. So, you know, and it sometimes takes to write in a few different things to get kind of narrowed in enough. So think about that. Think about what are your common, obviously, if you say, think about, I kind of like to work backwards. You know, so if I've got a specific product, so when I used to be in direct sales and I used to sell physical products, so like skincare and makeup, I was thinking about, well, what are some of the things that I would search for? Like now, I would probably, at my age now, I would probably be looking for a bit more about how can I avoid fine lines. Like I'm pretty lucky. My skin is good into, I've only got a few little wrinkles, nothing major, which is good. But I want to keep it that way. But and I didn't, you know, when it comes to skincare, I haven't got the faintest clue. And it's only been from kind of personal recommendations from people that I'm like, okay, let's have a go. But with makeup, it might be, you know, makeup for over 40s. I used to kind of do lots of videos about makeup for beginners because I wasn't someone who was, you know, obviously back in my years, you didn't have YouTube and all these amazing things about contouring and stuff. It was, you know, green eyeshadow and red lipstick. I look freaking awful. Nowadays, the teenagers look like they've all got makeup artist degrees and stuff. But there's so many people that don't feel confident to do things. Again, doesn't matter what you sell, but think about what are some of those, you know, pick 5 kind of content pillars, 5 big, you know, broader topic areas. So for mine, it's things like social media marketing. I mean, that you can come up with just so many. Then I've got sub topics, but it might be kind of social media marketing, automation, because that's a big thing that I love. Then I'll have mindset. Um, I might have even broken down then things like lead generation. And so then you've got those kind of core like pillars, and then you can break those down into those sub topics. So if you sell makeup and skincare, which I know somebody said that you do, within skincare, there's different purposes for skincare, isn't there? So break it down into, skincare for over 40s, skincare for acne, skincare for dry skin. You can then break it down into so many different subcategories. You've got kind of preventative, you've got kind of skin issues that people have, makeup, again, you've got so many different things. And so at least having those core things, that's where you can start searching in, and you can use then your subtopics, if you like, to then do that search again and get even more granular, the more specific you are. So like this Facebook Live, I could have just said 3 tools to create content, but that's, okay. But I added in create a year's worth of content with 3 simple tools. So people that are like, I want to be able to just do some work once, I love bulk tasking and batching. And then if you want to plan out your Facebook Lives for the next, 3 months, awesome. You can just do that in one go, and have so many different ideas for yourself. So what was your favorite? Was there anything that maybe you didn't know about out of these 3? Or which one are you kind of most excited about? You can tell which one I am. When you use that research time to actually see what are people searching for, then that helps you, again, even if you're brand new to kind of just starting to create valuable content, use good old Google, and go through that Google on steroids, I call it, the alphabet thing, to literally have so many ideas. And then you can just create a schedule where you're going to cover different topics, different frequently asked questions. And then you'll start to get more confident. And then you don't need to do that so much. If I'm creating a brand new offer, if I'm looking to create something new, I do my research to see what are people looking for, what questions are people asking. I can use Facebook groups as well, and there's so many different things that you can do to research. But this is just awesome. Like I say, you literally don't have to run out of ideas. Whether you're doing Facebook Lives, if you're thinking of something you can talk about in your stories, for email ideas, if you've got an email list, for blog posts, if you love blogging, does not matter. You'll be able to come up with ideas and know that your audience are going to find it useful because it's what they're searching for. Yeah, so go and, even if you spend half an hour or an hour, you're going to come up with so many ideas. Organize it. I recommend, having it, if you like, having like a spreadsheet or a Google Doc or something. I recommend to say, having somewhere central that you can kind of put all of these ideas, and then you can kind of edit it and refine it and prioritize them and see, actually, I want to do that one. And you can then sort it all out and organize it. But at least by bringing it all into somewhere central, it means then if ever you're having one of those days, which we all have, even though I've got hundreds of of these questions, there's still days where I'm just like, what shall I talk about today? And so at least if you've got that kind of little library for yourself, you can come in there and see what sort of takes your fancy, to talk about and show up. And, when you do this, it's going to show that you are somebody who's a bit of an expert. Like, even if you're new, you can just start creating content. It's going to show you as, you're going to gain that authority with people because they see that you're providing this valuable content, whether you do something once a week like I do with this show, or if you do it multiple times a week, whatever works for you, it does not matter. but they'll start seeing you creating this content. And so they're going to think of you when it comes to, like, so for Effie, it's about skincare. So if they see that you're talking about skincare and makeup, but rather than just doing like a lot of people do is, oh, look at this amazing product. If you actually kind of educate people and help people with what they're looking for, and then the sale kind of comes at the end, as you know, if you want to learn about the products that I use that have really helped me and my skin, drop me a message or comment below and I'll reach out to you. That's where you can then monetize it and get the sale. But your main purpose is to show up and serve. And then just say you can give kind of a soft call to action. I've got a great blog post on my blog actually about call to action. So if you want a bit of help around call to actions, then definitely go and check out my blog. It was probably probably at least 2 months ago now, so just might have to scroll through. But I did a post about call to actions if you want a kind of bit of help on how can you sort of tie up your Facebook lives or even your written post to actually then get people to take action. So that's really helpful. So I'm glad you found this useful. What I have got for you this week as a resource to help you, if you like this idea of kind of leveraging your time with, say, I'm all about batching. I love to be able to, if I can do one task, but do more of it, because you get into a flow when you're doing something. So if I'm in a writing mood, I'll write more than one email at a time because you get into that rhythm. And so I've got a great video series that is free that you can go through if you want to be able to see, okay, how can I take this, this creating content and really get things working in a sort of systematic way that you can actually add a bit of automation to as well. So you just show up, create your content, and then you can have a whole system that can be taken care of. It's a 4-part video series where it just kind of talks you through how you can actually double your sales without doubling your workload. So you can do the bit where you show up, serve, give your awesome content. Yeah, that doesn't, it cuts off the S. It's DYS. But you can go, it's in the comments. You can go to jennystevenscoaching.com/DYS for double your sales. You can sign up and say it's a 4-part video series that talks about how you can just take your content and add a bit more of a system to it so it can kind of just work for you. So you're not constantly chained to Messenger and posting all the time, and just leveraging your time so much more. That's the stuff that I love teaching about. So go and check that out if you want to go through that. I will also put that into the show notes, into the resources section. So definitely go and check that out. Again, if you're watching this later on, check around this video for a link to that resource and the resources section. So I'm so glad to see many of you here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you spending your time to learn today. I'm glad this was a topic that you found useful. Go and have some fun with it. I'd love to hear from you what how much you create and how it helps you. So definitely stay in touch. Make sure that you subscribe, follow, and have your notifications on for when I go live next and when the next video becomes available. This show happens every single week. So I'd love to have you live, or if you like to watch this on the replay on other platforms, super happy to have you there as well. Check out that resource. And I will see you next week for another episode of Brilliantly You Business Show. I've got my next few topics all planned out from doing my research, so I hope that you do too. Have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye.